What's up guys, Shorty here, back with another video. So for this video I will be doing a what if Poison Ivy had Pokemon. So I'm doing a series where I choose different Pokemon for each Marvel and DC comic characters. So I've done a few already and now it's going on to a few DC ones, which I will do. Yeah, if you haven't checked them out already, please check them out. It'd be really good to see it. And I'm changing it up a bit where I'm talking to the camera and running through each Pokemon. Also, before we go on and start the video, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. And turn on those notification bells so you don't miss a video. So, we're going on with number one. Number one, the first Pokemon I chose is Ivysaur. I went with Ivysaur because Ivy, Poison, Ivy in the name of Ivysaur. And that's pretty much simple. And it's not only a grass type, it's also a poison type. And Poison Ivy links with grass Pokemon and poison Pokemon, being it's poison. And then Ivy is a type of plant which represents like grass. So I think Ivysaur would be pretty cool. And it evolves to Venusaur, which is also a poison and grass type Pokemon. So I could either go with one of those. But I went with Ivysaur because Ivy is in its name. Now, going on to the second one. And yes, I've written it down again because then I can remember it. Some people will say, why are you doing that? But anyway, going on the second one, I have went with Carnivore. Carnivore because he is a grass type Pokemon, but he represents a Venus flytrap, which is basically where it traps flies. And it's like, it's not really poison, but it like destroys the flies, but it links in with the grass and it looks pretty cool. In the anime, I always loved it because it was James's Pokemon. He found it in a hut thing somewhere, where he used to go and play when he was a kid, and Carnivore was in the box and he left it there and he took it with him. So Carnivore basically is similar to Victory Bell in a way where he loves James so much he puts each time he eats him in his mouth or kisses him per se. So I went with Carnivore probably for that reason, and also because he's a grass type and links well with Poison Ivy. Going on to the third one, I have gone with Vileplume. Vileplume because it's a poison type and a grass type as well. Vileplume is pretty cool. In the anime, it on one of the episodes I watched, where if you get into the way of Vileplume, of its stun spore, it can affect humans and Pokemon as well. Well, obviously it's going to affect Pokemon, but it also affects humans and makes them really ill. And it's basically like paralyzes them or whatever. Or yeah, it just sends them not very nice. And that's where the poison comes into it as well, because it poisons them. And I thought I'd go with Vileplume because Vileplume is pretty much an awesome Pokemon in my opinion. I loved it when I was growing up, looking at the different Pokemon, and Vileplume caught my eye. It was definitely one of my favourite poison and grass type Pokemon. I used to have a little toy. Well, it was my brother's. I don't know if I've still got it now. I will have to do a video on my toy collection. Both stuffed toys and the little figurines and stuff like that. So that'd be pretty cool. And yeah, I just went with Vileplume because I think he's pretty cool. And I'd definitely choose him to be one of my partners, 100%. Going on to the fourth one, I have gone with Roserade. Roserade, again, it's a poison and grass type. There's obviously a theme around it. And Roserade looks pretty cool. I was going to go with Gallade, but that's more of a psychic type Pokemon as well as grass type Pokemon. But I went with Roserade because it's a dual type with poison and obviously Poison Ivy, like I said before. And Roserade looks pretty cool and it will fit in with the Pokemon and it will fit Poison Ivy because Poison Ivy is obviously a woman, a very good looking woman. Had to say it, sorry, probably don't want to know it. But yeah, and Roserade fits well with the female, because Roserade you can get a male and a female, but it's more of a female based by the looks of it. But yeah, Roserade fits in with Poison Ivy, and I think it will be its companion, so it will look really good personally. And Roserade's actually a cool Pokemon, so I wouldn't pick it, but I think it's a cool Pokemon. Going on to number 5, and yes, I've already mentioned him already. It is Victreebel. Victreebel is similar to Carnivore, like I said, and I went with Victreebel because it's grass and poison type. I was going to go with Weepinbell because I loved Weepinbell growing up. Drawing him, which is pretty cool, and it looks like a type of fruit, which I think that's where they come up with the idea as well. And Victreebel is more like a Venus flytrap as well. So you can get those type of Venus flytraps or type of flower type thing, and that's where Victreebel comes from. And I think Victreebel is a pretty cool Pokemon. Loved it in the anime, like I said, with James. It was a Weepinbell, and then he found it in a cage where you take, in one of the episodes, you take the Pokemon and they try and evolve it. That was with Butch and Cassidy in, so they actually steal the Pokemon and keep them in confinement or whatever, so in a jail type thing, and they'd apparently evolve, and obviously Weepinbell did evolve into Victreebel, and James got him out and became best buds, because Victreebel was a massive part of James's life, as a Weepinbell. And I think Weepinbell is pretty cool overall. And yeah, I went with that one for Poison Ivy, and I think it's a pretty good thing. Now, on to the final one. So this was actually pretty hard. I couldn't think of any of most of them. There is a lot of poison and grass type Pokemon to choose from, but I wanted one that will fit Poison Ivy, which would be pretty good. And it is a grass. Obviously, I chose with a grass type as well. This one is a grass type, but I decided to go with Superior. Sorry, and that is the grass type last evolution of the starter Pokemon Snivy, and that is Generation 5. If I'm wrong, leave it down in the comments. I went with that one because it's grass type. Plus, the other meaning behind it is it represents a snake, right? And yes, I know you're going to say, but snakes are venomous. Yes, but venom is pretty much the same as poison in a way. It's very, very dangerous. And poison links with Poison Ivy, of course. So that's where I went with that. I could have went with Seviper. That could be another one. I could have went with Arbok as well. That could be another one, because it's also a poison type. But I went with Superior because it's a grass type, and it would have been a starter Pokemon anyway for her. But yeah, I just went with Superior because he looks pretty cool. Didn't like him at first, but it kind of grew on me, and I think that'll be a good asset to the team because it's quite strong. So yeah, that is the team for Poison Ivy. If you've got any ideas of what other Pokemon types I should do for each anime characters or anything, please leave the comments. Please leave a comment down below. Also, if you've got a team that you think Poison Ivy would have, what your team for Poison Ivy would be, please leave it down in the comments as well. It would mean a lot because I'd like to read them. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe and turn on those notification bells if you haven't already. Hope you enjoy your day, and peace.